I would say one, that we need to open the door wide open so that people can come in. We need to ensure that there is stability of policy, there is stability of taxation policy, and therefore we have to disagree with a lot of things that happened in the past. We have to have a world-class infrastructure. We have to provide avenues where people can do business and make profit, because nobody is coming here only for philanthropy. People are coming to do business in India, and then generate employment in India.
How big a job is it to convince the international community that India is indeed open for business and is a safe and stable place to invest?
Well, it's quite an effort. The election results itself sent a message. The initial policies of this government has sent an important message. The decisiveness of our Prime Minister has sent an important message. Therefore, there's a lot of buzz about India, but the international investors are A, watching policy, and B, watching whether the appetite for long-term reforms exists or not. Before they jump in, they want to be convinced about India, and I can assure you we are not going to disappoint them.
There has been an enormous amount of optimism in this country across the board for the new government, reflected obviously in the results of the election and the reforms made so far. But is there a risk, a danger of expectations running too far ahead of reality?
You see, I don't want to get into generic phrases like Big Bang ideas coming in. If you see the cumulative effect of what we are doing, the cumulative effect is a Big Bang reform. And I'm sure people with their sense of wisdom would be able to appreciate that.
So it doesn't bother you that...
It doesn't bother me because we are very clear. We've done a lot and there's a lot of roadmap which is still awaiting ahead of us.
Let's talk about financing. You yourself said recently that India has to live within its means. There is a relatively narrow tax base here. There are a lot of fixed costs, big fixed costs, defence spending, the anti-poverty programs, subsidies. Against that, there's talk of billions being spent on infrastructure plus the reforms. Do the numbers add up, or is
so as of today they are not adding up?
They're not, because there is a budget deficit, correct?
So you rely on deficit financing. It also relies on higher growth rates, which then lead to buoyancy in taxes.
So that's a key. So this is a future growth story. Without the future growth, you can't carry it out.
Absolutely.
Right. And what do you base your future growth assumptions on?
You see, the huge number of steps that we are taking and the inbuilt capacity of the Indian economy is certainly to grow anywhere between 7, 8 and 9%. And I think that that's our optimum and we should be able to realize that.